Hi, welcome to the You Do You Babe podcast. I'm so excited you stopped by. My name is Cathy Michaels and I'll be hosting the show. I was wondering, have you ever had something happen in your life that left you thinking, now what am I going to do? Well, I did. And not only was I thinking, what am I going to do? It went deeper and had me thinking, who am I really? That's when I decided to start this self-love adventure. I turned inward, working to become a better, healthier, and more confident version of myself. And I've never felt better. I guess the saying's true, everything happens for a reason. So I would love for you to join me as I continue my journey where I'll discuss the things I've learned, experiences I've had, mistakes I've made, and there were quite a few, but more importantly, the breakthroughs I've discovered. We are what we experience, and everyone's experience and perception is different. So please share what's going on in your life too, because after all, we need each other, and together we're better. All right, babes, enjoy the next episode, and we'll talk soon. Hey babes, welcome back to part 2 of Finally I Have a Guest, where I speak to independent author Kim Wenzler. We're going to start off at the journal entries again, just to give you a little refresher, and I hope you enjoy this part 2, this next episode. All right, babes, have a great day. I wrote, Dear Past Me, I am glad you are in the past. I'm sorry, my handwriting is so sloppy. I'm glad you're in the past.
Even for you.
Yeah. I do want to apologize to you, though. I am sorry I worried and made things difficult at times. I am sorry for the pain I allowed you to endure. I am sorry I didn't put you first. Boy, do I have a lot of apologizing to do. I feel we did what was right at the time. We helped people, but we sacrificed our well-being. I neglected you. You are a thing of grace, beauty, and compassion. How could I do that to you? I'm like so emotional.
Aww.
How could I do that to you? Thank you, though, for being strong and always putting on a positive face, even when it was a dark time. You taught me so many life lessons. You showed me all that I deserve. I am forever grateful in everything we have endured, because I wouldn't know what to say to my future self if it weren't for you. We had many good times together, especially bringing in and raising my 2 beautiful children. I love you past me, and I will keep your memory close to my heart. Love me now.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Right?
I love that.
This journaling thing.
Wow.
And I'm sorry.
Look at you.
I'm so emotional.
You're a good writer,
I
my
am.
friend. Uh-huh. Yes, it's very moving.
Very wise in the morning. As
No,
the day goes on, I'm like...
Well, that's it. I think we're most vulnerable, maybe.
Yeah.
In the morning before we start.
Yeah.
Living for the day.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great time to write.
Yeah. So that was...
that's beautiful.
That I thought it was beautiful, too. That's why I said, I'm going to share
It's a good
with
share.
everybody. I did write one to my future self. I'll share this, too. This isn't as emotional.
Okay.
Because...
Yeah.
I'm new.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
So I said, Dear future self, wow, girl, look at you go.
Yes.
Look how far you have come. You're done with the 9 to 5. You're out there killing it, helping women find themselves again, women who were lost. Mm-hmm. You are giving them hope. You have beautiful children who are in loving relationships. You really are rocking all aspects of your life. You have the most amazing romantic relationship with someone. The families are together. It couldn't be better. It's better than you have ever imagined. I'm so proud of you. It's like you made a self-love movement, a crusade. You do you, babe.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. And you know what? You're going to fill right in.
I hope so. I really hope so. But
you're inspiring me.
I poo-pooed journaling. I really did. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Really? Like, really?
But don't knock it till you try.
Don't knock it. I'm telling you. I'm sorry
amazing.
I started so late.
Yeah.
Journaling is amazing. All your thoughts, get them out. It doesn't have to be eloquent at all.
It doesn't. Although yours is.
Those 2 letters. Well, they were letters, but that's to myself. But I haven't gone back and read anything yet.
Yeah.
And
I never go back and read.
You never?
No. I don't. I have things that troubled me about what the kids were going through. Right. And I don't know.
So you wouldn't go back and read it and be like, wow, look at where they are now. Like, I was so worried because, we always just put so much emphasis on the tiniest little things, right?
And we realize how little
they were then, but they were so big at the time.
So you can't.
That's why, would you go back and read it and be like,
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look, I was so worried. And look at him now. Look at my kids now.
No, I don't know, because I think I don't want to go through that, pain again. I'll say pain, but...
Oh, you would really think it would be like a pain again. See, I'm thinking it would be like, look at how worried I was.
It's like
and I really had nothing to worry about.
Bad things. I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. I can't read the books either.
Really?
No. I don't reread anything.
Really?
No. I haven't yet.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
I bet you would read like little pieces that you liked of each story. Like you would read them to a crowd. I would love to hear you read to the crowd.
No, I cannot speak in public.
You could read your book.
This is stressful enough.
Really?
I can't even. I haven't yet. Yeah, I have to work on that. That's a really
we can come do this more often, and you can get used to this because
desensitize me.
Yeah, I honestly remember I did all my little videos on on TikTok and on Instagram, and I did that to get this fear out of me because I was like, who's going to want to see me, look at me, hear me?
I'm saying the same thing because I'm on TikTok also. And I've let go of the hair problems I'm having. I almost make fun of myself, hairdo, called Just Played with Dog or, but yeah, it's a very hard thing, and talk about self-care.
Yeah.
I'm still very self-deprecating.
Don't do that.
But I think it's easier to do that. I mean, I can walk into a room with confidence.
Sure.
But I just can't have everyone looking at me at one time and expect me to speak.
I'm going to turn my back and I'll talk. Everybody can look at my back.
Or hire a reader. I used to joke, I'll hire somebody to read my story.
Yeah.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, you can do it.
It's a great fear.
I'll stand right in front of you cheering you on.
Well, I am bringing you wherever I go.
My therapist actually, she texted me and she goes, "Can you be my oh shit, it went right out of my head. My publicity agent."
Yeah.
She's like, you're just so natural. And I said, I wasn't always like this. And I'm still a little nervous. Like, I haven't sent my podcast to certain people because I'm afraid of what they're going to say. Mm-hmm. And honestly, do I really care? I don't really care.
Right.
But I'm not sending it to you to welcome you to say whatever you feel like.
That's right. Because, exactly. I mean, try putting something out that you work years on. How did you feel? Your first book, self-published.
I
didn't tell a soul. How is that for marketing?
Right. It's scary because you're afraid.
Yeah, press publish and went to yoga.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what did I do? That's all I said the whole hour. What the F did I do? But like the whole hour, nobody knew but me.
Oh my God.
How bad is that?
That's scary. It's scary.
Because it's like standing naked and letting people tell everything wrong about you.
Right.
That's how it felt. That's how it feels every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Even though you're on your fifth book.
I'm on my 7th or 8th book. I mean, 3 have seen a draw. 3 will not come out to see the light of day. Because they're just not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones are those?
One I wrote, I spent a year and a half during COVID writing because I went down a rabbit hole after I saw Hamilton, which rocked my world.
I've never seen Hamilton.
Okay. We have to go. We're gonna fix this problem. All right, I'm gonna bring 3 or 4 bottles of wine. Is
it on TV?
It's on Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember it coming out.
Everybody made favor.
Really?
It's a beautiful piece of art.
Okay.
It'll make you just excited. It'll make you cry. This isn't about
make
Hamilton.
Me cry.
It's a beautiful piece of work.
Okay.
Lin-Manuel I think he won the Pulitzer Prize. It's awesome.
Okay.
Discovered an actor I had never seen before that I know of. His name is Jonathan Groff. And I followed him everywhere. He's this young, vibrant, gay guy who just, when I learned more about him, I thought, this guy's amazing. He just takes chances and just throws caution to them. And like, that's how I wanted to be. What had nothing to do with him being cute or, I mean... right. I'm not like Gaga over really anybody anymore. Right. But I loved everything he stood for. Was everything I didn't, and so I wrote a story based on him.
Oh.
And it just didn't. It just never worked.
Really?
Yeah, it never worked. I had beta readers tell me it's not working.
Really?
Yeah. So I put it away, which is fine because the truth needs to be told. to me.
Yeah.
You know.
But what if you twist it a little bit?
Yeah,
and make it more like
maybe.
about you following his.
Oh, I could be. Yeah. This was about.
Talk to me, Kim. Talk to me.
Yeah.
I'll help you get through
Okay.
this.
That's good.
Let me read
That's
this.
Good. That's good. No,
because I feel like you need to just add another layer to it, and it'll be fine.
I need to change everything about it, but I'm not giving up on.
No.
Writing something based on like I'm so enamored with this guy, you know, and he's not on any social media, which I think is brilliant. He just does his thing, and I will meet him one day. I'd love to write his life story, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to look him up. I know nothing about him. I know.
Just wait.
I'm learning about. I'm 46 and just learning about myself. I can't.
Exactly.
You can't expect me to know about this guy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. No, I just I'm obsessive. I'm obsessive. So when I latch on to somebody,
but not over a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm not normally.
Yeah.
I am a celebrity fan. I love movies and Broadway shows and all that.
Let me ask you: do you have a woman or do you have a famous person that you admire that you? You don't have to answer me right now. Well, you know somebody?
Barbra Streisand.
Oh,
why?
Why?
She does everything.
Oh.
She does everything.
Yeah, she does.
She does.
She didn't come on my list at all. I didn't think of her at all. Mine's Grace Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking. Well, she's dead.
She's dead. Yeah, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be a famous person.
And it's funny because my mother always said we were pregnant at the same time, me and Barbara, like only two in the whole world at that time. Like that's her connection.
That's cute.
I love her too.
Yeah.
Barbara.
People.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Funny Girl too.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what's the other second book that's dead? You said there were 3.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear if one of them is the one that I like.
No, that one's right now with my first.
Brooklyn?
Yeah. The Brooklyn firefighter and the bookstore.
Did we ever go into Brooklyn?
No, we should.
We should.
Yeah,
Field trip.
Yep.
Let's go to
doing
Brooklyn.
a lot of Googling.
To a firehouse.
Sure.
Okay, I know a few that work in Brooklyn firehouses. I'll call them and say, "Can we meet you and take us around?"
Okay.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It's a date.
I was actually thinking about moving to Brooklyn.
It's like the hot spot to be.
Yeah, my wallet is.
I was just gonna say, it's, hardly affordable to everybody. But
yeah. I mean, I could do it, but never do anything else.
Young and hip.
Can't go on.
I'm here. Good night.
I'll be eating, mac and cheese for the rest of my life and never on a vacation. But I'm in Brooklyn.
That's right. Kim, come on over for dinner and wine. Bring
dinner and wine.
That's right.
I got
and a chair.
I got paper.
A chair.
I got reusable paper cups.
That's right. We don't throw those away.
Don't worry, I got all plastic utensils. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooklyn's not an option. Not unless I win the lotto.
Right.
Which, by the way, I should have won that lotto. Or this takes off.
You
yeah,
know.
I mean, then I won't need... Oh, me again? Oh. Then I won't need... Actually, I won't need a place. I'll just be traveling the world.
That's right. We could buy one of those Winnebagos and write your...
Do I look like a Winnebago person?
No, actually, that was really
quite,
silly to say. I mean, here I am.
No.
I'm more Winnebago-ish. Winnebago-ish? There's your word.
There's a word.
Throw that in the dictionary.
Winnebago-ish.
Winnebago-ish.
Okay, so the Brooklyn one's still in okay, because that's what I was really worried about.
Yeah, I know.
So, I did like that one.
That I wrote like 5 years ago.
I know.
Revamped it
I'm waiting
completely.
on that one. Oh, you revamped it?
Oh, yeah. It's totally
I got to
different.
reread it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you will.
Sorry. I'm sorry. That's my favorite one.
Oh,
I loved reading that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't remember you read it.
Yeah. And then anything else? Any other ones my mother-in-law keeps asking.
I love your mother-in-law.
Where's Kim's next book?
She's a great beta reader. She really is.
She does is read.
Yeah, and she's great. When you guys sat me down, the fabric.
Yes.
I said, this is what wouldn't happen. This is what works. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Be honest.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's what I need.
Yeah,
I don't want to throw it out there and have.
Be like,
no, that's not
why.
Why.
Great.
Yeah. No, true friends won't lie.
Yeah, true friends won't lie. No.
So.
True friends won't lie.
No, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
They will omit things and they will not decide not to tell you anything, but that doesn't mean they're lying.
Right. Well, that's true.
Or they're just not true friends.
Yeah.
But whatever, we won't go there. That's a whole nother podcast.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not on that. Hopefully I'm not mentioned.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You're one of my favorite people.
Oh, yeah,
Yay.
ditto. Likewise.
So,
Thank you.
so when's your next book's coming out? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Ah.
Ugh. I have to still get that one back, fix it,
Okay.
and then get on an editor's calendar because I hire an editor and then I hire a proofreader, maybe a line editor. It's just going to be a little bit of time. Hopefully, what are we in? April?
Yeah.
If I can eke it out this year, but I hate to rush.
Christmas.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Me and John Grisham. Like I have a shot in hell for Jodi Picoult and Kim. No way.
Yes, of course.
Put mine out in January when everyone's
We're gonna
sick
have
of-
to do a manifesting episode, which apparently my son's girlfriend's friend is like this big manifester, loves to manifest, right? You're gonna have to be in on that because you can't put that out in the world like
I
that.
know.
You are gonna be next to John
working.
Grisham. You are gonna be next to Jodi Picoult. Yes, and Kimberly Wenzler, right there, all in Barnes and Nobles and wherever else you buy books.
It would be dreamy. Right now, it is where you buy
That's
books.
the only place, right? Or Amazon.
Or
There's nowhere-
Apple, Kobo. I'm available everywhere.
Oh, you're available everywhere.
The library.
Like my podcast is available everywhere.
That's right. Exactly. Spread it out.
Spread it out
Right.
there. So what do you do for self-care other than do you do anything for self-care?
I try to eat
I heard
healthier.
yoga.
No, I don't do that anymore.
Oh.
That was back in
That was
2014.
just, oh my God.
That was 2014. I take the dog for a walk. I mean, as far as
That's good.
exercise, it's not great, but I am trying to eat better because I do have high cholesterol. I just
Yes,
go
bring out your
regularly
medical-
go to the I just happen to have all of my my Northwell
Your blood test?
portal. Right. So that self-care, I don't know
You garden.
how to describe it. I do garden and it's very therapeutic.
You know that's tapping into your inner child when you garden?
Really?
Had
I
no
didn't do
idea.
it then. Although I did collect worms. You might
Yeah,
be right.
collecting is a big
Yeah,
thing with
I'm
inner
not a
child.
collector. I don't like for children.
Yeah.
I don't like things.
I hear you.
weird?
I used to like things. Now I'm
Yeah.
like things just clutter
Yeah,
everything.
things clutter, and the more I have, the more stressed I am.
Right.
It's very funny because if I buy a new article of clothing, I have to remove something, or because I feel really bad for the clothes if I don't wear them. I feel it's like a problem.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
I don't like to have too much. I'm like
Yeah.
Costco.
Okay.
I love to have two choices.
Right.
I don't like too many things in my house because then that's more I have to take care of or
Do
clean.
you do the same
or-
with books?
I can never have enough books. That's actually very funny.
So you collect
Okay.
books.
Very
I got
nice,
you.
very good. Although even then, when I get too many, and those that aren't, I just donate them or give them to friends. Or
I noticed that when I move in my new place, I'm going to need a spot for books because I can't do the electronic books. Not for self-help,
Oh, I do
for sure.
No, not for self-help. I do like the Kindle. It's very easy to carry around on the plane, at work. Yeah.
But right now,
But it's nothing like holding a book.
Nothing like holding a book. And when I know, no matter what I'm reading now, if I see a line in a book that I love, I have to highlight
it or highlight.
I have to highlight it.
That's
And you can't
good.
do that on the Kindle.
You can.
Oh, you can.
You can.
Oh.
But it's not the same feel.
It's just not.
But you definitely can.
Yeah, I just love. I realize I'm like, shit, I'm gonna need like a nice bookcase.
I love a bookcase. To me, it makes a room. If I can fill a room with books, I would live in that room.
Yeah.
I love the look of book spines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll have all your books and a picture of me and you. Like, I know her.
Okay, that's very sweet. Oh,
yeah. So being out in nature is a way of self-care. So just so you know, being one with nature, walking the dog, whatever.
I'm typically
running
an
around.
indoor person.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you
I
find
like
yourself
being
feeling
inside.
better when you're outside though?
I feel more tired, which is good. Physically tired.
Okay, that is good. 'Cause
Yeah.
you need to rest.
Yeah. I don't know if I do self-care. I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to eat. I try to talk to a friend.
The Nutella and the chocolate.
Yeah, that's a must.
That's a must.
Or Malamars when they're in season.
Yes,
when
absolutely.
they harvest.
That's self-care.
Okay, then by all means, then I'm
You're
all
doing
over
it. You're doing it.
I mean, I don't get my nails done that much. I don't.
But it's not all about that.
Yeah.
It's not all about that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
just
realizing.
Yeah.
Because when I said, I don't know what your mom was like growing up, but my mom was always about her appearance. That's all I knew about self-care.
My mom took care of herself. She weighed herself every day. If she gained a pound, she wouldn't eat, for that day. And she, I think, was the same weight her whole life. So in that way, she stayed. That was her self.
I feel like that's all our parents taught us. Keep yourself in shape and look pretty.
Well, so did every song that Burt Bacharach put out. You ever hear Wives and Lovers?
No.
I listened to it on the way to work. I'm like, are you kidding? Don't greet your husband with, rollers in your hair or he'll go looking elsewhere. It's like, what the hell? But that was the way. That was the way.
One year for Valentine's Day, my mother would always say, you need to make sure you have your face on. That's what she would say.
See?
Have your face on before your husband gets home. I'd be like, okay, whatever. I just birthed a child. No.
Right, exactly.
But one year for Valentine's Day, I actually dressed up in like a dress, like a Leave It to Beaver type.
Oh,
what was her name?
Yes. June
Cleaver.
Yeah.
With the belt and the poofy skirt and the collar and the button down, with my pearls, with the earrings, with the martini in my hand, and the vacuum going. That was Valentine's Day. Never again. I was like, this is ridiculous.
That's hysterical.
But I did that once. But that's what they did, and that's all they knew. That was self-care.
Well, what else did they do? They didn't work that much.
Yeah, they didn't work that much.
It was a shame because, they were expected to stay home.
Yeah.
And I like if you stay home because it's a choice.
Right.
And not because it's expected. Yeah.
But that's all I was taught. How to make chicken cutlets, pot roast, keep the house clean. Wow. That's it. Like, that was self-care for me.
Yeah. Self-care for the man.
Not taking some time for yourself reading a book.
Right.
No.
That's right.
No.
Didn't you have guilt if you took time for yourself? I even still have, not guilt, but because my time is so
we
precious,
don't have a lot of it anymore.
That's it. And I thought we would have more with the kids kind of
but now with your mom and everything.
And a dog.
Who
knew?
Yeah.
That
I could have told you that.
Okay.
But anyway.
But that's interesting.
It is. So I do say now, some days I'm so exhausted. Being on this little journey is a little bit exhausting.
It is emotionally. It's got to be.
So I do take time now to just lay on the couch and I'm like, you know what? Laundry can be done tomorrow. This can be done tomorrow. And that's considered self-care.
Okay.
Other people call it laziness, but it's
not.
It's not. And if your husband comes and goes, what the hell are you doing? Be like, self-care.
Yeah.
This is self-care.
Yeah. He wouldn't dare. He wouldn't
dare. He wouldn't.
And fortunately he's into self-care too. That's
why I can't wait to get some men on here and say, what do you do for self-care?
Yeah. Men have no problem with self-care.
No problem with self-care.
It's all about, resting.
It's all about everything with men. They
do what they want to do.
Most men really are meticulous with their time and their selves.
And I envy them a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah. Why do we feel like we take, so much on ourselves? Who are we trying to impress? Do we want to be remembered as the perfect mom? Or the perfect wife. I don't know. And it's so funny because a neighbor of mine, she lost her mother about 20 years ago. And she speaks of her so, lovingly. And she just misses her and doesn't even want to really, think about Mother's Day without her. And I remember one day she said, oh, my mother never could keep a house. The house wasn't always that clean. I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said that because I thought she was the perfect mom. Yeah. And she was. Yeah. To her. Yeah. But it didn't mean the house always was clean. And
it's so funny. It was the opposite for everybody else, though. Because my mom, the house had to be immaculate.
My mom, too. My mom was
Otherwise,
very clean.
She was failing.
In their minds.
In their minds.
And it's so interesting to me. Yeah. So I think I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to revamp myself here and figure out what self-love, self-care, self-discovery. And I do that with my experiences. And I just think it's important and I feel bad kind of because me, my kids always came first.
Yeah, so true. But they have to learn that you feel this way about yourself. And I get it. I've always had a lot of guilt. Mm-hmm. I couldn't read. And I read every day. I still read every day. until everything was done.
Right.
Until the kids were in bed.
Right.
And I was like,
Let me get through
try.
one
That was
page
my
at least.
time from 11:15 to 11:30.
Yeah.
But it's very important, and I think you put in so much, and your kids are wonderful kids.
Thank you.
Adults,
All
young
of our
adults.
kids are, yeah.
They're wonderful. You did a great job.
Thank
Now
you.
now it's time for you.
Yeah.
And
I feel bad though because I'm on this like wave of roller coaster,
It's okay.
But doing this and going through a divorce is just, I don't know if that was very smart of me. Because some days I'm like, maybe it is smart. I'm actually kinder.
This came out of it.
This did come out of it.
This came out of it.
The thing is that I feel like some people think I'm a pushover.
I've never thought that ever.
I'm different.
You're different now?
I feel, yeah, I do.
Well,
I feel a little different. I feel like
bad thing.
it's definitely not a bad thing, but when it comes to divorce, I feel like, because I just tell my lawyer, like, I don't fucking care. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick your fights and you want to be done. I don't know that it's a pushover thing. I feel like
some people think it is.
Who cares?
Yeah, no, I'm learning that too. Who
cares?
That's why the journaling is so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because
you write down, I'm so effing, like, fill it with,
Yeah, oh yeah, like even just yesterday, I'm so fed up.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
It's definitely freeing for me. And when you said it to me, writing a book is cathartic, I was just like, it sounds like it's a lot of work.
Indulge it.
But the journal is, and it just makes me go about my day and feeling a lot better.
Good.
And I recommend it. Highly recommend journaling to
I
everybody.
agree.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason. Yeah. If something's bothering you, you can talk about that. You can do a journal prompt. You can talk about your dreams. You can talk about anything, whatever. Like there is no rhyme or reason to my journal, except for the 40 affirmations every day for 40 days.
It's a lot of affirmations.
It's a lot of affirmations. But let me tell you. I am kind, I am beautiful, I am power, I am strong. Yeah. I can recite them all.
Yeah, I love, and that's excellent.
Yeah, it's good. And some days I come up with new words. I'm like, ooh, I came up with a new word. Yes. I didn't know, because 40 is a lot.
40 is a lot.
Another journal prompt I had to do, guys, and I didn't even finish, and they said I can finish it whenever. I had to write, here, you do this.
Okay.
100 things I love about myself. I got up to 86.
86? Wow,
Not in one day. It took, I kept going back. And then I had to make sure I didn't rewrite something. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I like my right arm. I like my left arm. I wouldn't even know.
I didn't want to write.
By the way, I hate my arms. I wouldn't even write that. You know when you wave and everything waves 10 minutes later? Like she's still waving. No, that's just her arm.
I actually wrote I love my body because I do now. Now I do. I'm like my scars, my stretch marks, I love them. Yes. They're my badges of honor.
That's right.
I love them.
That's right.
I lost so much weight and I still love my body. And at first I didn't.
Yeah.
At first, I did not like my body. I had 3 things about my body that I hated. I should say.
Okay.
Until I had an experience and it made me see it differently.
Yeah.
And it,
just
and
your
now
eyes open.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. And I do. I love my body. You know, I don't like my hair sometimes, but I love my body. I don't like the grays, but
that's something. Yeah. And okay. I have a problem with. I said my gray. I get gray like every 3 weeks. Yeah. How am I gonna? Oh,
I'm going tomorrow.
I'm going. So am I. I'll think of you. But
they do make a spray though to cover it.
They do.
Okay, I'm gonna buy that.
And I do have it. I have it. I didn't use it.
Okay.
But because it makes it a little stiff.
Okay.
But I think of complaining about gray hair, and then I think of friends that never even made it to this point.
True.
And I'm grateful.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to be gray.
Yeah.
That's okay. That means I'm making it into the next stage, and we don't know. Tomorrow's not good. Yeah. Tomorrow's not promised. And
the thing is, gray's okay.
Gray's okay.
As long as the whole head was gray. Can you all be gray? Like, I don't like this little. I don't like these little. Are you not all gray?
I could go totally gray if I let it go.
I have it here, but yeah, I had to write 100, and then I got to 86.
86,
Pretty good, right?
Pretty good. Yeah,
I'm going back. I think of more.
Yeah,
you know.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do
it.
that. It'll
Try
take me a year.
It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Guys, in your journal, I want everybody to write. And tell me, write to me and let me know you did it. That you wrote 100 things that you love about yourself. 100 things I love about myself.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to hear what you all think. Because,
I'm trying to look. Like, I love listening to music. And I love all music. Okay. And I love that about myself.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I think
you
I
can get it. You can get it.
I'm
it's not just specifically about because I was like, I like the freckle.
Yeah. I love the way this freckle spreads as I eat more. And I'm just kidding. God, nobody knows I was pointing to my leg and not my. Yeah,
you know, just things like I even wrote my feet are cute because my feet are cute.
I have the most horrendous feet, but I think that's.
But I love that about my feet. I was thinking I should maybe go on foot, like a foot.
Yes, be a foot model.
Yeah, get paid money for my feet.
Girl, you go.
You know, nobody knows it's me, and I can get like $300 a month.
You're like Joey on Friends, like, look at these hands.
And then I got to insure my feet. I have cute little toes.
You do. You have very cute feet.
You know, but
you wear shoes well.
But these are the silly things that I like think of. You know,
it's perfect.
What else?
That's perfect.
You know, like I don't know, like what I love about myself, I can compromise. I'm learning that I can compromise through this divorce. I didn't realize. I thought I was like, you know, but I like all these little things.
What you're living through and your experience you're going through is so life changing.
Oh, so life changing.
I mean, I'm a product of it. You know, I'm a child.
How
of
did it affect? What time? How old were you?
I was 18.
Okay, so like Sophia, right in between Sophia and Christian.
But here's the funny thing is, and maybe Sophia would say this in a few years, I didn't really know they were unhappy. I just thought married people just weren't that happy.
Oh.
And I was a very happy child, I think. I mean, I could probably go to a therapist and being a happy lose my mind.
We all have inner child problems. Don't worry about that.
I know I do.
Everybody does, guys.
I know I do. I know I have. But our
nobody's coming out of life unscathed without having an inner child problem.
No.
Sorry.
I agree with you 100%, and I don't want to even tap that. Yeah. I'm in denial, and I'm a head in the sand kind of person with the way I feel.
I've become that way sometimes.
But why do I even? So
your mom's product of the divorce.
Right. Oh, so I thought we still vacationed up until like the last couple of years. We still took family vacations. My mother had told my grandmother that when my brother was 2, that she wasn't happy in her marriage and she wanted a divorce. And my grandmother said, "You made this bed. You have 2 children now. You're going to stay and make it work." And I thank my grandmother in my mind, because even though I would love my mom to have been happy, I don't know that she would have been as good of a mother searching for. I don't know. I think I needed to be this age. And when she felt my brother and I, which I don't think he was ever ready to hear it, he was shocked.
I feel like no kid is ready to hear it.
No kid is ready, but my parents, it was a little bit uncomfortable for the first couple years and holidays. But they're very good friends, and my life is very easy. I found this divorce.
Love your dad.
My dad is amazing, and my mother is too. My mother still cares very much for my dad and feels protective of him. And she went to his wedding a couple of years ago,
right? And
with her husband, who before he passed, and he took my mom on the dance floor. And then they danced because my mom has Parkinson's and could hardly move very much. I mean, she had a cane at that time. Now she is like completely walker and wheelchair. But after the wedding, my father said to me, "I've been looking into dancing for Parkinson's patients." My father's a dance instructor, an 84-year-old dance instructor. He's amazing. And he says, "I think Parkinson's patients, dancing really helps them. Exercise helps them." So every week, him and his wife would go and dance with my mother.
Aww.
In their thing. And it's a beautiful thing.
That
so
is
the
beautiful.
love is there. The love is still there. And it took a couple of years to come out. It took a couple of years for them to understand they were better apart than they were together. There was no intimacy with them for years. I didn't see it. There was no fighting.
Right.
You know, and I think my mother was very brave because she did not like to be alone. And she ended up meeting someone who was more perfect for her.
For her.
And so did my father.
Right.
And they would not have known that
had they stayed together.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's how, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm not there. There is no seat at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there ever will be because of
well, it's different.
Everything.
It's different the way it happened.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to divulge what happened between my parents.
Yeah, no.
That's their business.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. It sounds like it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know.
Yeah.
No.
It's so soon.
Yeah.
And it may never.
My goal is to have forgiveness.
Yes.
That is my goal.
Okay.
Within me. Mainly for me. Not for anybody.
Right.
And I don't mean I'm going to walk up to them and be like, I forgive you.
Right.
No. Just for me. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to carry hatred.
Right.
But
that's heavy.
It's heavy.
Carrying it is heavy.
Very heavy. And I think right now I can't let it go because nothing's finalized yet. And that's why it's so important for this to be finalized for me, because then I can really continue, really, really move on,
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
I just, I don't know if I'll ever see myself there.
Yeah. Steve said it's very strange. My husband said it's very strange.
Okay. Because I'm like,
this is not supposed to be. I said, would you rather have to split everything up and have,
Yeah.
This is easy right now.
No, it's definitely easy for the kids. And I know probably I probably won't be so easy for my kids when I get older.
Well, yeah.
It all depends where I am. Let me tell you.
It really does. You can't say
if I'm in
how
an
you're
amazing
be.
relationship,
Exactly.
I'm not going to have a care in the world.
Exactly.
I know that. Even if I'm just in an amazing relationship by myself,
Right.
I don't need to be with somebody.
Right.
I'm not going to have a care in the world. But
yeah.
As of right now,
yeah. No, of course not.
Yeah, I don't picture any of that.
Yeah, they weren't chummy the first couple of years. My father was hurt.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
he didn't want to. He
Right.
would have stayed in it.
Right.
But he was that way. He was
Yeah.
like, if it's okay. It's not broke.
Well, look at I'm a product of my mother stepping out of the marriage.
That's right. Exactly.
And I don't really know.
Yeah.
I saw their dynamics and,
right.
It was what it was. Like, they didn't hate each other,
right.
but I really now understand why my mom yelled so much, because she probably wanted to be somewhere else.
Right.
Not that she didn't love everybody, but she wasn't in love with people, and she probably wanted to be somewhere else.
Right.
And I could see how that could be frustrating to a woman.
It's amazing how much we learn from we learn our whole life. Really, my whole identification of myself is from my parents.
Yeah.
Until you have to you have to step out and realize who you are. To me, it's, I don't know. I'm definitely a product of, we all are.
We all are.
Of how they raised us, how they behave toward each other.
Well, that's what I was saying. Again,
yeah.
I crave love. I crave the affection. I crave the attention. Giving it and receiving it. I crave it.
Right.
And it's not what we had.
No.
But I'm kind of grateful that my son is very loving, and he just, and my daughter's that way too.
Yeah.
And, but we weren't like that together. And
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that.
It kind of felt more businessy.
Really?
Yeah. And, we had good times. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that. But I learned it by watching my parents. We learn by watching our parents.
That's it.
It's like that commercial.
That's our
I
first
learned
example.
it by watching you, Dad. The drugs.
Right, that's right. It's so true.
And, nothing comes with instructions.
No.
And like I said, my grandmother was German, ruled with an iron fist. I mean, there was not that she didn't love.
Right.
But
no, they show love in different ways.
They show love in different ways. By a meal that they cook, by how they keep the home, by what they buy you. But it wasn't, I love you. And I remember one time visiting a cousin and went to her house, and I think I was just married or almost just married, and her family kisses and hugs. Good morning, good night.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was now when I look back, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
When I was going through it, I was like, this is weird.
Yes. Because it's not what you knew.
Because it's not what I knew.
And it didn't seem
right.
normal. I know. It's so interesting.
I mean, every household is whatever works, but I just realized now at 46, doing all this inner child healing.
You're making me feel bad every time you say your age. I'm just going to say. You just stop throwing numbers around. I'm just kidding.
Well, I say it because
I'm joking.
You're never too old to learn stuff about yourself, right?
100% true. 100% true. Even
Yeah.
at my age of 30.
39.
Some odd.
My mom was always 39. How old are you? How old are you today, Mom? 39.
That's
Okay.
Right. That's right. Stop asking.
Yeah. I'm like, Stephanie's catching up to you. My sister.
That's right.
She's like, that's okay. I'm
That's
still
all right.
39.
That's all right. Tell your friends whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that was also a difference.
Yeah.
Now we celebrate, big birthdays.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything's a celebration.
Everything. And it should be.
It should
Let
be.
me tell you, life
I
is
agree.
hard. Everything should be a celebration.
It is hard. It's harder now than it ever was. I'm so glad we grew up when we did.
Yeah.
To be a kid now,
No.
I don't envy them at all.
No, I don't either.
It's too hard here. Too much going on.
It is. Mm-mm. It is. And it's hard to be a parent of a kid now.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy because my boys just went right. Like,
yeah, they right under the radar.
Yeah, they really did. They didn't have those phones.
Yeah.
They didn't have social media when they were young.
Right, in
Not
school.
until they were had a little bit of a better head on their shoulders. Not that boys ever have a good head on their shoulders, but I think everything's a risk. I mean, if I grew up with social media, I would have been a mess. A mess.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
When we were younger, we didn't have the social media, so shit was
Thank
going on
goodness.
in school.
You didn't know.
Right?
You didn't know you weren't invited to something.
Exactly.
You didn't know what people got for Christmas.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And your safe spot was home.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
Right? And then you would just get an upset stomach because you had to go to school the next day and deal with Tammy, who was a bitch.
You too? I always was nauseous going to school.
Yeah, like, oh shit, what's going to happen today? Who's going to say this to me today? But then, you got through the day and you're like, all right, it wasn't so bad. Aww. And then you got home and you're like,
yourself. Yeah. I was just so shy that I went to school nauseous. I didn't have anyone who ever picked on me.
Oh,
but I just
people
didn't.
Who picked on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How dare I can't stand bullies.
Look at me now.
I can't stand. That's
Pick
right.
Pick on me now.
That's
bitches.
right.
No, just kidding.
That's right. Yeah, I just can't. That's a hard part about growing up.
It is.
A lot of people go through it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. I didn't even go through my whole wine yet.
Oh, go ahead, drink.
I'm going to.
Guzzle.
Don't worry.
No, thank you so much for sharing your books.
I'm honored.